incentives have now been filled as the results from Sunday's by-elections are out. The parliament sessions, meanwhile, are yet to be assigned adequate business to give momentum to the formation of crucial laws. Formation of the parliamentary committees that was earlier expected to conclude today has also been stalled by at least a day as parties fail to settle on issues of interest. Good evening, I'm Samachar and these are the headlines of the hour. Prime Minister Dahal admits the government has failed to give momentum to development works as expected by the public at the economic summit organized by Kantipur Media Group. The formation of the parliamentary committees pushed by at least a day as main opposition CP&UML voices dissatisfaction over the provisions of Constitutional Council Bill. UN Secretary General calls for an immediate end to fighting in Sudan that has killed nearly 460 and injured 4,100. And Oman defeats Saudi by 72 runs. UAE sees off Bahrain by 8 wickets to book a place in the semi-finals of the ACC Men's Premier Cup. Prime Minister Pushpa Kamal Dahal has admitted that the government had failed to give momentum to development works as needed and expected by the public. Speaking at the economic summit organized by Kantipur Media Group in the capital today, Prime Minister Dahal said that transformations were evident in national politics, however, that transformations had yet to translate into public's lives. The Premier emphasized on the need for development that is inclusive and to review policies and plannings.
हामीले देशको राजनीतिक प्रणालीमा पक्कै पनि महत्त्वपूर्ण परिवर्तन हासिल गरेका छौं। अबको हाम्रो प्रमुख कार्यभार जनताको अपेक्षा पूरा हुने गरी समावेशी विकास र समृद्धि हासिल गर्नु नै हो। हाम्रो विकास प्रयासहरूबाट विभिन्न क्षेत्रमा महत्त्वपूर्ण उपलब्धि हासिल नभएका पनि होइनन्, तर हाम्रो आवश्यकता र सम्भावनाको तुलनामा ती निकै नै न्यून देखिएका छन्।
Premier Dahal also said that even media had been affected by natural disasters and COVID pandemic that has already battered the country's economy. He expressed commitment to develop the media and communications sector and assured that the government was doing legworks to distribute government advertisements among media outlets through the board. During the event, KMG Chair Kailash Siroya called on effective coordination and cooperation between government entities to improve the economy. Siroya emphasized that the government had key role in saving the economy.
अर्थतन्त्रको आन्तरिक पाटोको समस्याहरू हट्न सकेका छैनन्। समग्र निजी क्षेत्र मन्दीको मारमा छ। सरकार आफैले अपेक्षित राजस्व सङ्कलन गर्न सकिरहेको छैन। उद्यमी व्यवसायीहरूले बैंक तथा वित्तीय संस्थाबाट सहजै ऋण पाउन सक्ने अवस्था छैन। ऋण पाइहाले पनि महँगो ब्याज तिर्नुपर्छ। समग्रमा भन्नुपर्दा किन हो अझै पनि नेपाली अर्थतन्त्रले आम जीवनमा आत्मविश्वास जगाउन सकेको छैन।
The formation of the parliamentary committee has been affected as main opposition CP&UML has voiced dissatisfaction over the provisions of Constitutional Council Bill that has been tabled at the parliament. At a meeting held today, the party expressed its disagreement regarding provisions of the Constitutional Council Bill, which has now pushed the works of formation of parliamentary committees till tomorrow. Based on the provision that UML has protested, presence of committee chair and 50% of the members would be enough for parliamentary committees to make a decision. UML has demanded the provision be changed, saying that only majority vote should be considered while approving decisions. The Constitutional Council comprises of Chief Justice, Leader of Opposition Speaker, Deputy Speaker, Chairperson of the National Assembly and Minister for Law and is under the leadership of Prime Minister. Lumbini Governor Amit Serchan has called for formation of a new government. As per the sub-article 2 of Article 168 of the Constitution of Nepal, Province Governor Serchan has called for political parties to furnish their claim with majority for formation of the government within 4 p.m. of Thursday. Process for formation of the new government has begun after Leelagiri failed to regenerate the vote of confidence from the province assembly. Upendra Yadav of Janata Samajwadi Party has emerged victorious in the by-election of the House of Representatives in Bara Electoral Constituency 2 with a margin of more than 5,000 votes. Yadav received a total of 28,415 votes, while his nearest competitor, Shiv Chandra Prasad Kushwaha of Janamat Party received 23,334 votes. Purushottam Paudel of CPN-UML finished third with 10,216 votes. Speaking after his electoral victory, Yadav said that the public wanted change and the mainstream political parties had to take the public opinion seriously. Rashtriya Swatantra Party, which had generated massive victories in Chitwan and Tanahu, failed to emulate the success in Bara too. Of the total 68,192 valid votes, Rashtriya Swatantra Party candidate Ramesh Kharel received only 2,229 votes. Janata Samajwadi Party chairperson Upendra Yadav has become a parliamentarian by winning the by-election in Bara Constituency 2 within 5 months after suffering defeat in the November 20 parliamentary elections in Saptari. Yadav had tasted heavy defeat at the hands of Janamat Party's chair C.K. Raut. Upendra Yadav's political journey spans about 50 years, while during the November election, he was defeated by Janamat Party chair C.K. Raut. Analysts had expressed surprise over the nature of crushing defeat that Upendra Yadav faced in Saptari during the parliamentary election. However, the JSP chair has avenged his defeat by clinching Bara Constituency 2 by getting past Janamat candidate Shiva Chandra Kushwaha. Prior to the by-election, Yadav had put on strong legworks as he believed that Bara 2 was the most ideal place to contest the election again. As per his grand design, the present Vice President Ram Sahaya Prasad Yadav had bagged the position to vacate Bara 2 for a safe passage of JSP Chair Yadav's election to the House of Representatives. JSP Chair Upendra Yadav also made the inauguration of Ram Sahaya Prasad Yadav as the Vice President his election agenda while campaigning in Bara. Another factor that seemed to have worked in favor of the eventual winner, Upendra Yadav, was that majority of the local residents living in Bara too belonged to the Yadav community. Likewise, Upendra Yadav also won the confidence of two independent candidates, Ram Kishore Yadav and Rabindra Yadav, who had collectively garnered 20,000 plus votes in the November 20 election. The general public who had voted for these independent candidates seemed to have voted for Upendra Yadav, which was decisive in the final outcome of Bara Constituency 2. CPN-UML observed the death anniversary of former party chair and Nepal's first communist Prime Minister Manmohan Adhikari today. A special program was held on the occasion at the Manmohan Adhikari Academy in Sanipal, Lalitpur, in presence of the party's top leaders, including party chair KP Sharma Oli. Adhikari had led the minority government in Nepalese year 2051. One of many successful campaigns by the leader that has continued to date is the government allowance for the elderly. Adhikari is considered an inspiration for his simplicity and his ideologies. 20 people have filed police complaints saying they were given fake identity cards as Bhutanese refugees with assurances of being taken to the USA. The investigation conducted by the Valley Crime Investigation Office has identified involvement of high-level officials of the Ministry of Home Affairs in taking money with individuals in the pretext of providing fake identity cards as Bhutanese refugee. Police that have been conducting joint investigation after detaining 5 perpetrators say that they have received 20 complaints. 429 fake identity cards as Bhutanese refugees have been issued, while increase in the number of victims that have paid the amount to get the card has been predicted. A committee was formed under Balkrishna Panthi in the fiscal year 2078 to address the issues of Bhutanese refugees who had yet to resettle. The probe into the matter has continued after it was revealed that the committee listed 429 individuals as fake Bhutanese refugees. The amount between 1.5 million and 4.5 million has been charged to list an unauthorized individual as Bhutanese refugee. The victims have filed complaint citing amount worth 200 million has been fiddled. The Ministry of Home Affairs has issued forged identity card as Bhutanese refugee. The forgery that had taken place during the tenure of former Home Minister Ram Bahadur Thapa and his security advisor Indrajit Rai, another former Home Minister Balkrishna Khand, Secretaries Maheshwar Neopane and Tek Narayan Pandey. It has been revealed that son of CPN-UML Secretary Top Bahadur Raimaji had taken a cheque of 15 million rupees. Farmers of Bateshwar Rural Municipality in Dhanusha have become worried after their mango farm and other crops were destroyed by strong winds and hailstorms. Farmers of Chitrapur, Bijaypur and Sonapur have been facing the brunt after the hailstorm destroyed mangoes and other vegetables. 80% of the mangoes have fallen off from the hailstorm that struck on Sunday. The hailstorm had destroyed mangoes, tomatoes and other vegetables cultivated in an area of more than 50 hectares of land. The farmers have submitted a document to the Bateshwar Rural Municipality demanding compensation for their losses. A woman in her pregnancy has been rescued from Vyas Rural Municipality in a chopper. A chopper of the Nepal Army has rescued Bagrathi Bodu of around 30 years. Bodu was pregnant with twins but had only given birth to one baby. According to Chief District Officer Kiran Joshi, she was facing complications in giving birth to another baby and was therefore airlifted to Karnali Province Hospital in Kohalpur. Time now for our segment, Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
Here's the question: why has the reconstruction of structures damaged by the April 2015 earthquake not been completed even after 8 years since the disaster? Your options are A, lack of sources, B, not in the priority, and C, procedural complications. Voting is on. Type any WS, select your option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. Time now for international update. The United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres has called for an end to the armed conflict in Sudan. 10 days have passed since armed clashes broke out between the Sudanese army and the country's paramilitary rapid support forces. UN Special Envoy to Sudan, Volker Perthes, told the Security Council that the 72-hour ceasefire appears to be partially holding, but there is no sign that the warring parties are ready to seriously negotiate. He said the current situation suggests that both sides think it is possible to secure a military victory over the other. Fighting and movement of troops are still being reported. Guterres has described the situation as heartbreaking and said the clashes have set back the country's development for decades. Time now for sports update.
Sports news.
Oman have secured a 72-run win over Saudi Arabia to secure their semi-final berth at the ACC Men's Premier Cup. In the match played at the Tribhuvan University Cricket Grounds in Kantipur, Oman were put to bat where they posted a mammoth total of 366 runs for the loss of 6 wickets. Jatinder Singh top scored with 88 runs. Mohammad Nadeem remained unbeaten at 71. Shoaib Khan scored 68 while Kashyap Prajapati contributed 51 runs. Atif ur-Rahman was the pick of the Saudi Arabia bowlers with 3 wickets. Abdul Wahid had 2 scalps while Abdul Wahid also had a wicket to his name. In reply, Saudi Arabia were bowled out for 294 runs in 46.5 overs. Abdul Wahid top scored for Saudi Arabia with 95 runs and Saad Khan contributed 78. Bilal Khan was the pick of the Oman bowlers with 4 wickets. Jay Odedra had 3 wickets. Zishan Maqsood picked 2 scalps while Ayan Khan had 1 wicket to his name. UAE has defeated Bahrain by 8 wickets in the last group stage match of the ACC Men's Premier Cup. With the win, UAE has booked its place in the semi-finals. Bahrain chose to bat first, however struggled to make an impression against strong bowling display by UAE. Bahrain went all out for paltry 116 runs in 40.5 overs. Skipper Haider Butt and Ali Dawood each scored 23 runs, which was the highest for the Bahrain innings. Ayan Afzal Khan was the pick of the UAE bowlers, claiming 4 wickets. In reply, UAE chased the target and scored 120 runs in 27.4 overs, losing just 2 wickets. Ritya Arvind and Rohan Mustafa scored half-century each, with Arvind making 62 of 84 balls and Mustafa 50 of 56 balls. Towards bowling, Abdul Majid claimed the wicket of Ayan Lakra and Muhammad Wasim, both of whom had failed to reach double digits. With the win, UAE collected 6 points and maintained second position in the points table to qualify for the final 4. UAE will now either play the winners of the runners-up of Group B, which will only be decided after the match between Hong Kong and Kuwait. That's all for the moment. Our next English bulletin will be at 10:30 tonight. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.